What is up, guys? Mopar Beanie back again today for video. It's been a while since we've shot one. Been super busy with everything, a lot going on. But it's rainy today. There's not a whole lot we can do. We've been out here messing around in the garage a little bit. So I'm going to do a review on my 68 Plymouth RoadRunner. Just do a little overview on it. Go over some things that we did to it, the before and after, and stuff like that. So stay tuned, and we're going to dive into this one. Alright guys, so this here is my 68 Plymouth. We'll get to it in here in a minute. Give you a little backstory on this car. I bought this car back in January of 2014 is when we bought this car. I'd always wanted one. Funny thing how it all come about, my grandfather was a big Mopar guy. He actually worked for Chrysler in the late 60s and 70s, early 70s. So he was a big Mopar guy. Growing up, I was always around Mopars, stuff like that. So he kind of got me hooked on these cars. And our thing is whenever I got old enough, we was going to buy a 68 RoadRunner and restore it together. But he ended up passing away my senior year of high school. And then I guess I graduated in 2012. So in 2014, we found this car, me and my dad. My dad worked with the lady that had the car. It was over a hill. Pretty much, this was a parts car. Really, it was just junk. Give you a little overview. I'm gonna flip the camera around, but the car was junk. We couldn't get the front wheels off of it. Me and Dad went down there to look at it initially, and I was kind of all against getting. I was like, I don't know about this one. And Dad's like, well, be a good one to get. So the deal we got, we couldn't really pass it up. It had a title, all the numbers matched on it. It did not have a motor. The transmission was there. So anyways, I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you a little bit about the car. So this car actually came from Hillsville, Virginia, where we picked it up. I got the Christmas bow on the front. We got a parade here in a few weeks. I'm not gonna have it out before then with work and everything, so I went ahead and put the Christmas bow on it for the parade. But all the numbers matched on it. It did not have the motor, like I said. The rear end was the same rear end. All that matched. It was a complete car, but the motor was gone, of course. But everything in it was there. I mean, it was original to the car. Originally, this thing was burgundy. Terrible color. I shouldn't say terrible. It's not a bad color, but it really wasn't what I was going for. The interior was burgundy. Yeah, pretty much all the sheet metal on it has been replaced. The doors are original to the car. The cowl and all that's original. The roof's original. We put floor pans in it. The hood, we replaced the hood. Quarter panels, of course, they were notorious for rusting out at the bottom. We had to buy a new trunk lid, trunk pan, the rear frame rails, all that. Under the hood, there's the 383. We got lucky on that car, on that motor, I should say. I had purchased a 67 383, and I wanted some 906 heads for it because they're just a better head. And so we went to the junkyard to look for heads and ended up finding this date corrected engine for this car, which was pretty nice. I mean, it's not the original motor, but it's got the same date code and the same month as actually the car was built. So how ironic was that we actually found a date correct engine for the car. Nothing's been done to the engine other than I think it was bored 30 over. That was it. It's got this factory, or I should say a stock cam, everything like that. I kind of wanted to keep everything as factory as possible. on this thing. I did convert it over to electronic ignition. Mopar electronic ignition, that just to me is better for everything really. It's got a factory style radiator. Like I said, I'm gonna try to keep it as factory looking under the hood as I possibly could. This hood actually is an air grabber hood. It comes from AMD, so if I ever wanted to put the air grabber out through here, I could do that, but it was just one of the things. This hood was what they had, so we got it. But so that's that. The grill's original, bezels and all that. They don't, as far as I know, that grill is not reproduced. So we kind of fixed it up the best we could and went with it, but it don't look bad. I know they reproduced the bezels now, but they really weren't in bad shape. Of course, new bumper. The wheels are a factory Mopar style wheel. A lot of people don't like that look, but I wanted old school. I looked at different things. I'm not really a Krager guy. No offense to Krager people out there. They look good on certain cars, but I just really wasn't the look I was going for with this car. So that's a factory steel Mopar wheel from Jegs. I'm running a 7, I have to measure it. I think it's a 7-inch on the rear and a 6-inch on the front. So you got a little bit wider stance in the back. Going to the inside, these bezels here are new because they were pitted really bad. I got these from Tony's Mopar Parts. They actually made these very expensive for that. I don't know why, it's not a whole lot to it, but that is, we replaced those. All the other chrome, this is all original. All the glass is original except for the windshield. The back is original back glass. We went the vinyl top too on this car. We painted green. I bought the vinyl top because I was like, I want to put a vinyl top on it because I like the look of vinyl top. And once we painted it, I was like, yeah, it definitely needs a vinyl top because it was just so much green. I like it because it kind of broke it up a little bit. So going to the inside of the car, everything's clean as it can be. Like I said, we went back with the black interior. Stewart's in Princeton, West Virginia, done the interior work for me. Awesome people up there. I think that Cindy actually retired. She did all the work. Done a phenomenal job on the interior work. Everything original. The seat covers and stuff, all the interior stuff come from Legendary Interiors. So shout out to those guys. Very good products there. So let's get in the car. I'm not gonna start it up because, like I said, we're in the garage and it's rainy outside and wind blowing and stuff. So I'm not gonna get the car out today. Hopefully we can get a video of us out driving this around. The steering wheel, it's a reproduction steering wheel. The old one is the same style steering wheel that was in the car when it was built. The cluster, we redid all the cluster. I actually ordered, I'm gonna do a video on it when it comes in, a tack that goes right there. Get a video, tack, the factory style tack that goes right there. Just so you kind of have an idea of what RPMs you're running. All the car shows and stuff I go to have been like interstate. So this car has the Torque Flight automatic transmission in it, so I kind of like to know kind of what, no overdrive or nothing, so just kind of know what RPMs I'm running. I did put this down here, kind of don't look gaudy, that's why I put it right there, just so I have a secondary thing, like know exactly what kind of water temp I'm running, oil pressure, and volts. I did add that. Radio looks like a factory radio. It is actually a AM or a FM, Bluetooth, and satellite radio. that looks like the original one. Retro manufacturing is what I went with on that. Works really well, connects wirelessly to your phone. Better be in the video there. I got the battery disconnected so none of the lights come on, but everything works in here. Dome light, all the lights work. So really neat car. There's the mats I bought. I just put them in there for car shows and stuff. Get out of here. Oh, we'll open the trunk too. It's got all the panels on the back. Open the trunk, get a little video of it. I got my car covers and stuff in there. You got the decals, the jack, all that under there. Got the spare tire and the jack is back there as well. But like I said, super fun car. Exhaust, I have Flowmaster 40 series on it with original style tips. You can see there. Sounds really good. Like I said, I'm gonna do a video overview of taking it out. Hopefully, maybe when the weather gets a little bit better. Overall, super fun car to drive. Drives really good. Hugs the road. 68 RoadRunner. Let me see if I can find a picture of it before. Oh yeah, here's the album. Show you a little bit. Just a few pictures of it before. Oh, go back here to the table. This is the album I did. Took pictures along the way. There it was the day that me and my dad went down there and got it. We had to dig it up out of the dirt. The wheels were down in the dirt. It'd sit there for so long. My understanding it had been sitting there since like the 80s. And we was there in 2014. So we went down that first day and got the wheels off of it finally. Dug it, jacked it up, put it on blocks. Took the tires home, got tires put on it so we could come back whenever it was muddy. Sit down here in this holler and wait till we got a good freeze to come back and get it. So some pictures here. Right there was the interior of it. You can see that steering wheel and stuff. Like I said, it was complete. The radio was missing. It didn't really matter. More pictures there. There I was, a younger version of me. Just trying to see. There it was the day we pulled it out. The lighting here. It was super cold that day. So got it out, and really that's it. The rest of them, just restoring it. It was really rough. Right there was one of the frame rails replaced. It was just a big project. If I had to pay someone to do all this work, I mean, man would have there. My good buddy Brett, he was there welding or grinding on something there. But being able to do this work on my own really saved a lot of money. If you had to pay someone to do that kind of work, I mean, shoot, you'd probably have a $100,000 car more. But being able to do this work myself, I was able to save a lot. There's a motor. Hey, we got it out of the junkyard. Except for went to the machine shop. Putting it back together. All that. There's a picture of my grandpa and I'm gonna keep in the car. He's the guy that got me in on all this. So, pretty cool guy. Motor on back in it. So, basically all this is just a build process. And that's whenever we finally got it running. I got to drive it out of the garage for the first time. So, that was a pretty cool moment. Rebuilding the dash. Getting some of the stuff back on after we trimmed out everything on the fenders and stuff. And you can see my dad's 56 back there in the background. Lurking. Never was going off to paint. I did not do the paint work on this car. The guy did it for me. My old buddy RD, he passed away. He's got a super nice truck. He's a super good guy right there. We lost to COVID, but he was our cruising buddy. Hard times. Here it was the day we got it back from paint. Come back. Here was me and my old truck there. Missed that thing. Hauling it to interior shop. And that's all the pictures I have in this album, but that was it when we took it to go get alignment. And that's just it. Sitting in the garage. I'm not sure why that's in there, but yeah, big project, but super fun. And the end result was this thing, and I really do love it. People ask me all the time, which one do you like driving more, the Hellcat or the RoadRunner? And I have to say that I really enjoyed this car, the Hellcat. But this car, this RoadRunner, is just super fun. I mean, you get in it, and it's like taking a step back in time. And I'm old school anyways, and I really enjoyed driving this car a lot. Now, I have to tell you, during the summer months when it's 80 degrees or plus, this Hellcat is 10 times better to drive because you got air conditioning. This car does not have air conditioning, and I thought about adding it, but it's going to take away from the originality of how this car was built from factory. So I've looked at the vintage air systems and stuff, but as of right now, I'm probably not going to put air conditioner on it. I'm just going to leave it like that and just roll the old windows down and kick the vent windows out and cruise. So, that's it. 68 RoadRunner from really come from the ashes. Really, just anyone else would probably scrap this thing. So it makes me feel good to think that we saved it. So that's it. Got any questions, comments, just leave them down below. Be happy to hear things from you. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Got any comments, questions, or anything, just shoot them down below. And we will see you on the next one.